Good morning, my esteemed colleagues. My name is Eden Jideka Angela, an assistant lecturer at the Enugu State College of Nursing Sciences in Enugu, Nigeria. Today, I'm privileged to present a lecture titled Content of Chapter 2 of the Nursing Research Project, an introductory lecture on research for undergraduate nursing students in Enugu State College of Nursing Sciences in Enugu, Nigeria. Case 1. Level of awareness of glaucoma among artisans in the Afia market of Wudi local government area in Enugu, Nigeria. Student nurse AO was prompted to carry out this study because of after working in a nearby health center in Afia market. She discovered that there was a high prevalence of glaucoma among patients admitted so far in the health center, often not being detected on time, leading to poor health outcomes. Undetected glaucoma was also higher among illiterate people of the village of Wudi, who presented so far in the clinic. But she doesn't know if this holds true for all the villagers. So the literature also suggests that the awareness of glaucoma has not been studied among artisans in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa. So this student wants to carry out this research to know the extent at which these villagers are aware of glaucoma. So the objective of the study are to find out the level of awareness of glaucoma and the symptoms, determine the level of awareness of the causes and predisposing factors to glaucoma, determine the level of awareness of treatment options for glaucoma, and to determine the level of awareness of preventive practices for glaucoma. If you look, you will see that I used action words to introduce the objectives, research objectives like to find out, to determine, and to ascertain. The content is divided into Part A and Part B. In Part A, we'll be talking about the general principles, writing style, being formal, avoiding plagiarism, and upper style of referencing. Then in the Part B, we shall be talking of literature, literature review, and contents of the literature review. General principles, Part A. Source information from textbooks, reputable journals, databases, governmental and educational websites, unpublished project works. Avoid blogs, social media websites like Facebook, Wikipedia, Instagram, predatory journals, expired literature, etc. Adhere to your school's writing specification, double line spacing, Time New Romans font 12, upper style for headings, in-text and end citations. Avoid typos, excessive jargon, unexplained abbreviations, and grammatical errors. Be formal and in your write-up and write in continuous prose form. Avoid plagiarism. Paraphrase your work. Cite the necessary author. Use softwares for paraphrasing and plagiarism check, and work with a supervisor. Writing style, the act of being formal. You can be formal in your write-up by using software like Grammarly to transform your work as a means of paraphrasing it, and by viewing the introduction or background of previously published studies. We are going to look at two introductions. One will have a formal tone and the other one will have a casual tone but an extreme of it in order to differentiate between the two. So this the introduction one with formal tone. The significance of research in the academic development of nursing students cannot be overstated. Ade et al. 2024. Then I used my Grammarly app in my phone to transform it into a casual tool. So the output is this. Research, oops, it indeed plays a huge role in helping nursing students grow academically. Ade et al. 2024. Avoiding plagiarism. Plagiarism in research means using someone else's work, ideas, or words without giving proper credit, and presenting them as your own. When are you allowed not to credit an author? When your writing involves common knowledge. Plagiarism can be avoided by proper paraphrasing and crediting relevant authors. Types of plagiarism include global plagiarism, verbatim plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, and self-plagiarism. Plagiarism in research is the act of using someone else's work without proper attribution has several consequences. These can range from academic penalties like failing grades or expulsion from schools to illegal repercussions, damage to reputation, and even financial losses. Plagiarism can be detected by Turnitin in various universities or college, where 0% plagiarism means totally unique, while 100% plagiarism score is a document without being unique at all. It's a document that is not unique at all. The best range is below 25%. So when you use Turnitin, it compares the similarity score between your work and other published works. The significance of common knowledge. Common knowledge refers to information that educated individuals generally know and can easily find. However, interpretations can vary by discipline, so it's best to provide citations when in doubt. Key category of common knowledge include birth dates of prominent figures, recognizable geographical features, established historical dates, title of notable works, literature, arts, etc. Foundational facts within a discipline. In contrast, less widely known information requiring specialized knowledge must be cited, such as original images or graphics, analytical data interpretations, and detailed statistical information. Proper paraphrasing. We are going to see the art of proper and improper paraphrasing. So the significance of research in the academic development of nursing students cannot be overstated. Ade et al. 2024. So if you want to paraphrase this sentence very well, you can say research is an essential inquiry in the educational growth of nursing students. Ade et al. 2024. This is in contrast, different from this sentence which is not properly paraphrased well. It is that which is going to be the importance of research in the academic development of nursing students cannot be overstated. You see that I didn't attach any author with ye, even though the word or the sentence does not belong to me. So that is improper paraphrasing. American Psychological Association method of in-text citation. Basic format. Author, ye. This is the standard format for paraphrased and summarized information. Example, Smith, 2023. Author, ye, page number. Used for direct quotes. Example, Smith, 2023, page 120. Multiple authors, two authors, author 1 and author 2, ye. Example, Jones and Smith, 2024. 3 or more authors, author 1 et al., then ye. Example, Johnson et al. 2023. Citing within a sentence, narrative citation, author, then in bracket, ye. Include the author's name within the sentence, followed by the ye in parentheses. Example, Smith, 2023, found out that. The 2023 should be in parentheses. American Psychological Association method for in-text citation, tables and figures. In upper style, in-text citation for tables and figures are included in the note below the visual. If adopted or reprinted from another source, include reprinted with permission or adapted with permission. You are expected to seek permission for using a copyrighted image or table. You can produce your own image using artificial intelligence like ChatGPT or use reprint an image in the public domain. So, Creative Commons licenses allow copyright holders to grant permission for specific usages of their images while maintaining some controls. Find out the terms of use of an image in the journal article copyright notice at the end of the page of a journal article. Then, there are 6 types of copyright licenses, each varying with the varying type of permissions. Okay, so you can see the pictorial example of CC BY 4.0 license, which is being used by Biomedical Central Nursing Journal article. So you can see the first figure, which is the end of the page, where you can see the terms and conditions or copyright notice. So you can see the figure 2, the copyright notice of the journal article. Then the background of that particular journal article. I want to say what it means by being formal. Let me read the first few paragraphs. In recent decades, organizational and economic changes alongside sociological and demographic changes have been transpiring in global health. Scientific developments, multiple innovations, technologies, and inundum of medical information have increased the public's demand and expectation of health services. Part B, literature and literature review. In research, literature refers to published information relevant to a specific topic, providing context and highlighting gaps for further investigation. Then types of literature include primary literature, like original studies, secondary literature, like analysis of those studies or literature review articles, tertiary literature, like combination of the primary and secondary sources. The literature review are a comprehensive analysis for existing literature on a topic, helping establish context, identify gaps, and justify research questions and methodologies. They can be part of a paper or a standalone document. Content of the literature review. Now, in your chapter 2, the contents should include conceptual review, theoretical review, empirical review, and summary of literature review. Conceptual review. The following should be defined: concept of glaucoma, types, classification, risk factors, signs and symptoms, pathophysiology, treatment and prevention. When writing your concept of glaucoma, define glaucoma by various authors before moving over to the types of glaucoma. Next, the objectives of study under headings. For example, our study example, the following shall have the headings under which you discuss something that looks like the objective, like level of awareness of glaucoma and its symptoms should have one heading. Level of awareness of the causes and preventive factors of glaucoma among artisans should have another heading. Level of awareness of the treatment option of glaucoma and level of awareness on preventive strategies of glaucoma among artisans should also have another heading. Theoretical review. Choose a particular theory that relates to your work. Describe the theory, include diagrammatic illustration if the theory has diagrams, and leave off a heading where you will state how the theory applies to the work. For our study example, we will use the health in a continuum theory by Dr. John W. Travis. And this is the application of the theory to the research work. The health illness in a continuum theory by Dr. John W. Travis states that an individual should strive to achieve optimum health, and according to this study, it can be done via an increase in knowledge and awareness, which will enable the individual to seek early health services for glaucoma to avert negative outcomes, thereby moving towards optimal health and wellness. However, if the individual does not become aware of healthcare services, it leads to illness, in brackets, blindness, or even death due to starvation if adequate care is not rendered on time. Empirical review. Describe up to 7 or 8 studies related to your work with their year of publication from the most current article downwards to the least current article. Write the empirical review this way: author, then year of publication, setting, title of study, research design, the instrument of data collection, population, sample, results, and conclusion. Requirements for summary of literature review. State how literature was reviewed chronologically, starting from the conceptual review. For instance, literature was reviewed based on the concept of Vukoma, types, classification, etc. Then when you say theoretical review, we should take the next paragraph. You can say, put it this way: the study adopted the health illness continuum in a theory which has an equilibrium at the center, depicting a balance with one head towards wellness and the other ones towards death, etc. Then, in the concluding paragraph, you can state the gap which the work will fill. Okay, this lecture, we have been able to discuss part A, which includes the general principles of how you write your chapter 2, and part B, which includes what should be included in your chapter 2, like your summary of literature review, theoretical review, etc. Thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to your questions.